Hello, and welcome to 12-Minute Meditation, a weekly podcast from Mindful and Mindful.org that offers mindfulness meditations backed by neuroscience. Research shows that just 12 minutes of meditation a day can yield benefits like increased attention, focus, creativity, calm, resilience, and compassion. So on this podcast, we invite you to explore 12-minute guided meditations from today's leading mindfulness experts. I'm Siri Myram, contributing editor at Mindful and Mindful.org. It might seem counterintuitive, but intentionally tuning into what's distracting you can actually help strengthen your ability to focus. In today's guided practice, Toby Sola helps you identify which types of sensory experience you are naturally drawn to, and then gives you a structure for how to focus on it so that you can quickly attain deep concentration. Toby Sola has been teaching meditation for 2 decades and has refined his craft through years of monastic training and close collaboration with the world-renowned teacher Shinzen Young. He is an award-winning designer and founder of the Brightmind Meditation app. Ready to practice? Here's Toby Sola.
Hi, my name is Toby Sola. In this meditation, we'll explore what I like to call the concentration algorithm. Take a moment to stretch up and settle in. You can practice today's meditation with your eyes open or closed. Bring your attention to the breath. No need to breathe in a specific way, just breathe at a natural pace. Notice air coming in and out of your nose. Notice your chest and belly expanding and contracting. If your attention wanders to thoughts, sounds, or other experiences, that's fine. Allow the distractions to come and go in the background of your awareness. And gently bring your attention back to the breath. Good. Now take a moment to check in. What have you been mostly distracted by? Was your neighbor mowing the lawn, and you were distracted by the sound of the mower, or you're distracted by thoughts. This doesn't have to be exact, just take a guess. There are many ways to categorize types of sensory experience. I have a system that works pretty well, which we'll use. Which of the following categories best describes what was distracting you the most? Sight, sound, physical body sensation other than the breath, mental image, mental talk, emotional body sensation. If you had to guess, what were you most distracted by? What category does that fall into? The options are sight, sound, physical body sensation other than the breath, mental image, mental talk, and emotional body sensation. Now let's switch techniques. For the next little bit, focus on whatever was distracting you the most. For example, if you were distracted by sounds in your environment, focus on the sounds. Or, if you were distracted by bursts of mental talk, listen to those carefully. Sometimes an experience might end when we go to focus on it. For example, you focus on the sound of your neighbor mowing their lawn, but then they turn off the mower. This is very common with mental images and mental talk. We may notice bursts of mental talk or flashes of mental images, but when we try to focus on them, they scurry away, like mice when a cat enters the room. I'm going to give you a tried and true trick of the meditation trade, so listen closely. If an experience ends when you go to focus on it, that's fine. Just focus on the corresponding restful state. For example, if a sound disappears, focus on the silence. If mental talk disappears, focus on mental quiet. If mental images disappear, focus on a blank mental screen. If you remember that you can always focus on the corresponding restful state, then you'll always have something to focus on. Keep this in mind as you continue to focus on whatever was distracting you from the breath. Let's check in once more. Since switching techniques, what have you been most distracted by? sight, sound, physical body sensation, mental talk, mental image, or emotional body sensation. Let's switch techniques one last time. Focus on whatever was distracting you the most. And if it stops, just focus on the corresponding restful state. For example, focus on emotions in the body, unless they stop, in which case you'd focus on emotional peace. Or focus on your mental talk, unless it stops, in which case you'd focus on the mental quiet. Before we wrap up, take a moment to reflect. We focused on a few things today. What was the easiest to focus on? There's no right or wrong answer. We're just exploring and getting to know our minds. Whatever was the easiest to focus on, remember that, and try just focusing on that next time you meditate. This is how the concentration algorithm works. It helps us discover which type of sensory experience we are naturally drawn toward, and then gives us a structure for how to focus on it, so that we can quickly attain deep concentration. Good work.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of 12-Minute Meditation from Mindful and Mindful.org. I hope you enjoyed practicing with us today. Sign up for our free newsletter at mindful.org/signup. And if you'd like to explore additional related content and meditations, check the show notes for links.